So recording has been started. So today we will talk about colors. Imagine a world without colors. Imagine what will happen. What we will see.
कुछ भी नहीं.
Ah,
So without colors we say black and white सोने पर black and white भी color ही होते हैं.
they are colors, but you know, those are colors. Just only two colors you have in your life, right? So the more colors you have, the design will be more interesting, right? So colors are actually very important in UI design, especially, right? In any design or graphic design, even in painting, right? So good mixture of the color painting will sold in like with brilliant price or with $1 million painting, right? So way back, not way back, in 2020, I wrote an article about colors, okay, on my blog. So the article actually covering these things: color theorem, type of color palettes, what color mean, what is color blindness, tools, mobile apps which we design with the good color scheme, colors and UI tools, etc. So we will talk some points in this in today color theorem class, right? So what is color theorem is like, for understanding the color theorem is remember the school art class to know basic of color, primary, secondary, tertiary color. Maybe I never heard about it in my class. So so today we will talk about it. So we have three primary colors: yellow, blue and red. All colors are built with this, with adding little bit black, with adding
Little bit grey and
no, black and white. Okay. So if you want if you want to change the tone of the yellow, you have to add white, right? If you want to like you can say if there is a white color, if you want to like cream it, so you have to mix the white color into the yellow. Okay. In my last batches, what I did before start the color class now, I gave them a real colors, right, and a real canvas. And in one or two classes, I only said, okay, just draw or just make a painting with using watercolors on the canvas, whatever you think. Because when you will not understand how the color behave, so with the watercolor technique, you can understand the actual behavior of the colors, right? So that exercise was successful. So I will also recommend you to spend some time even in studio. Let's suppose if I said, okay, tomorrow class is 3:30, you can come like 2:30, right? And I will give you watercolors, brush and the paper, where you will just simply draw the colors and just take like stroke with the brush of the colors and try to understand like how color behave. Let's suppose if I mix like blue in red, so then what will happen? Then violet will burn, right? So red, blue in between, violet, right? So you have to, in the end, you have to understand this color wheel actually. Okay. So secondary color is cyan, yellow, magenta. Okay. So this one is secondary color, right? And then we have the big palette of the mixture of these tones and color, primary and secondary. So this is very basic graphic, but very important graphic, right? So the whole color wheel with mix of primary and secondary colors, and these two will create the tertiary color. But in this color wheel, they are not talking about what is the importance of black, what is the importance of white. So importance of white will come like this. If you want to create a tone, darker tone, so you have to add
black.
Take a blue, add little black, so it will be darker. Simple logic. If you will add white, it will be lighter. Simple. It's very easy to understand. Okay. So this is the color wheel. So there are like blue, purple, violet, blue, green, teal, yellow, orange, amber, yellow, green, chart use. What is this? Red, purple, red minus purple, magenta. Okay. So these are the different colors. So let's talk about tint. So now white and gray is coming. So this is the red. If you want to create a darker tint, darker shade, then you have to add black. If you want to add, like if you want to create tone, so you have to add little gray. If you want little tint, like lighter one, so these are the actually terminology about the colors variations, then it will convert into tints. Simple. Then we have CMYK. So in the printing world, these 4 colors are the base colors, like cyan, magenta, yellow and black. Actually we say key, but normally we say black because it sounds good. CMYB, it's not sounds good, na? It sounds good. CMYK because it's taken K from the black. Okay, so in printing world we use the whenever we create a canvas in even in Illustrator or in Photoshop, you have to create a setting of your canvas. Either for web we always go with RGB. For print, let's suppose you want to design brochure, if you want to design visiting card, letterhead, then you have to keep the settings CMYK. Okay, so this is used for the printing world. And CMYK always works in 0 to 100 scale. So when C is equal to 100, M is equal to 100, Y is equal to 100, K is equal to 100, it ends with the black. So there is only different tone is if C is equal to like 39, M is equal to something, then it will create some colors. Okay. And RGB, so CMYK have 100 thing, right? So RGB have till 255. Okay, so R if 2 to 55, G 2 to 55, B 2 to 255, then it's a mixed blend of white. If everything is 0, then it's black. Okay, I will explain you. मैं example ना explain करूँगा ना. Let me explain with proper tool. So this is actually CMYK. Okay, so it's because it's given in the percentage, right? So percentage is not more than 100 now. So if you will change like 55, so color code will change, color will change. Okay, if you let's suppose you are not decrease, let's suppose if I say 40, it will become more darker. And if you want to go play with RGB, so RGB is just like this. Okay, so let's suppose if you want to increase like 255, and let's see what will happen, then it will go on the top. So if you take down, then it will goes to the blacker side, darker side. If you go up, it will take you to the tint side. Okay, CMYK, see color properties will, this is a tool, right? So this tool giving HSB, RGB, hash. So in web world we use hash, hexadecimal code. Okay, yeah, ये भी इतना ही बनता है. जे तुसी इन्होंने FFF कर दोगे वाइट हो जाएगा. अगर 0 कर दोगे ये ब्लैक हो जाएगा. अरे यार 1 2 3, ठीक है. So every control is over here. If you are gonna HSB, like okay, it will change the tone here. If you want blacken RGB, you can play. So you have to play with colors. Otherwise, you will never crack the UI. I must tell you. I will help you. to understand the colors, right? But which color you have to take, that particular thing will build gradually, not in a single day, right? We are surrounded with colors from when we born on earth, right? So we are seeing the colors, we are taking the perception of the colors, right? Every person have different favorite colors. Mine is black and red, right? So that is my favorite color, right? And someone have blue color, someone have white color, right? So that is their own favorite colors, right? But being a designer, you have to try to understand how to play with the colors, right? I will tell you different tools in today's class how to play the colors. So types of color palettes. So for understanding this particular thing, I would like to introduce one tool that is called Adobe Color.
So Adobe the color ही होता है ना?
Yes. This is very old tool. So as per my article, I define monochromatic. Monochromatic, if you select over here, it will take you to the if you want to create like tints and everything, you have to always go with monochromatic. Monochromatic means single color range.
Single color range.
Mono means one, right? So single color range.
Chromatic का क्या मतलब होता है?
Color range.
Okay.
Tints, you can create different. Let's suppose if you want to select here, drag it like this, okay, like this, you can get lighter tint. If you click here, you can do this. If you click here, you can play like this. So you can create your own tint. You can save it, you can share it within the community. So Adobe Color have a very good community. So I will show you, okay. So this is called what? Monochromatic, okay. Simpler color scheme that visualize the hue of different tones, shades and tints. It becomes boring when done meaningly, right? Meanly.
When done?
Meanly.
Meanly. Hue क्या होता है सर? Hue, HUE.
अभी ਦੱਸਦਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ह्यू भी ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ मतलब ਜਿਹੜੀ मैं टिंट कह रहा ना वो ह्यू भी है काइंड ऑफ
अच्छा
हाँ so monochromatic scheme are easy to create but can also be boring when done meanly. A perfect addition of white and black can make the design interesting. So tint, hue means in one single color how you create the variation of the like density of the color in one single color. So this is like green, so green have this hue which you selected. So let's suppose I come again over here. If I select this and you can go it like this, see, so this is our new hue, green tone. Sometimes designer get confused like how to create the tint of that particular tool, right? So this is a very beautiful tool. You can on left side you have different options where you can play with that, okay. So next is, so this is monochromatic example of the website in one single color, okay. Then analogous. So what is analogous? If you will select this, it will give you the you can create your own palette like this, and it will help you to create a correlated palette, you know, like this. So the whole thing is actually correlated. It will suggest you that okay, if you go there, then this color will go for this particular color. If you suggest this thing, so it will change the little bit tone of the all other colors. So you don't need to think a lot because tool is helping you. Okay, so let's try to understand what is analogous. Color scheme is the second easiest 12-spoke color wheel. This scheme visualizes more than 3 next to each color. The chroma level of this scheme is the same, but you can make it interesting by using tint, tone and shades like this.
Chroma level.
Chroma level, how far you are taking this particular bubble. And this is a color scheme, and this is the example of analogous color scheme example. Complementary again this is the goal, complementary. Like if let's suppose you are going this color, so the normally complementary always used for the secondary color palette. Okay, so let's suppose if you have this primary color palette, so what will be the complementary color palette? So on the direct of the what you call 180 degree, right? So if you will scroll it like this, you can change the hue and tone like this from here to here, but it will be on the 180 degree angle, totally flat. Next, so this is the example of
Analogous.
no complementary color.
Sorry, complementary.
Split complementary, right? So split is like this. It will give you like, okay, it will like so let's suppose if we have this one na, I choose select this one. So how beautiful color palette has been generated, you know. So this could be a
Split complementary.
So split color scheme is a little more complicated than other regular schemes, right? In this scheme, we choose colors that are either right or left of the opposite color in chroma. Then we have triadic. So triadic is like this, triad. And what is the difference in between triad and, so see, I can only change the 80 degree. I cannot change this particular angle. You see, I can only change the rotation. And if I select this, it will go like, okay, lighter shade. If I select this, I can take it like, okay, do it like this, okay. But what is the difference in between this? Here you can change the angle as well, right? Here you can change each and everything. You see, this angle is also changing, but in triad you cannot change it. It will rotate, but you cannot change it. Okay. Next we have, so this is the example, like, okay, how it working, like yellow, orange, blah blah blah. And then we have custom. So in custom, what we do is it's in our hand. Like, okay, if I select this, I can choose like this. Okay, I can put it anywhere. It will not correlate with each other, right? But it should be correlate actually, because this is a tool, and the tool is telling us that, okay, what is the complementary color, what is the right tone for that opposite color, right? So if you want to go with custom, you can go with custom. If you can use these all of the thing, you can do it. So let's go with another one. Complementary ho gaya, split complementary is already, double complementary. So whenever you will play with this na, you will more understand about the colors. But before that, you have to do at least 3-4 days practice on paper with watercolors, because that will tell you a lot of things. Tomorrow, if you'll come 1 hour earlier na, I will let you know that how to play with with watercolor on canvas. Okay. Then we have square. So this is a square color on rectangle. Okay. Compound, you can take it like this. So if I would like to create a website in blue color tone, right? So then I will choose this particular thing and I will use this angle. And after that we have square, compound, shades. So shades is easy. You have to just select this one and this is your shade. If you want to use like this particular shade, this shade, so shade is just like for one single color you can use your own shade. So you can put hexadecimal code as well, whatever you decided. Okay, and over here let's suppose I put randomly 6-digit code, so it will generate the shades in this particular area. If you will drag it, then color code is also changing. Shade, tint, okay, the more glow. So actually nowadays website normally look in this color, in the middle of tone. Earlier the website built in this tone, but nowadays it's subtle colors website, the most popular websites. Okay, so this is called this is what is about color wheel. Okay, so what color means is, it doesn't mean that okay this is exactly correct, but it is very close, like red. So let's talk about the color mean with the nature. Red, energy, passion, power, right? Why? Because sun is, when sunrise it's red, right? Orange, enthusiasm, joy, creativity. Yellow, intellect, energy, happiness. Green, growth, safety, freshness, ambition. Blue, confidence, tranquility, intelligence. Purple, ambition, luxury, creativity. Black, elegance, mystery, power. White, purity, cleanness, perfection. And there is one more thing that is called color psychology. So color psychology is just like this. Okay, mere color unspoiled by the meaning, unnailed with the definite form, can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. So like deep red, this color code: rich, elegant, refined, tasty, expensive, mature, sumptuous, cultivated. So each color have their own, you can say, language, right? Or you can say that okay, meaning. Okay, so this is called color meaning, color psychology. Okay, how when users see the color, how they receive that information in their brain. Yesterday we talked about typography, so today we are talking about colors, so that we can communicate with our user the exact brand with the real colors. Okay, so if let's suppose one example, if you are designing a website for a farming company, so what color you will use?
Green.
Obviously, right? So let's suppose if you are building a website for a tech startup in IT, it's in blue. Simple, you can play with the blue tint. Okay,
Blue कैसे?
because blue is the color of IT technology. Yeah, all big website, IBM, Microsoft, you name it, those all are in this, those all have the blue color, blue tone. Okay, so blue is very famous in tech world. So this is called color psychology. Now let's talk about little bit about what is color blindness.
जैसे जो CTs होते हैं वो सारे blue colors ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ.
It doesn't mean, it depends on your brand. Now we have the CT in the red, we are a tech world. So it doesn't mean, so we develop like other company as well, like UI UX studios, it's in green. We use orange and green. We have CTA in green as well, but on hover I'm showing orange because orange is inviting color actually for CTA, right? So doesn't mean that okay. Okay, so next any question do you have?
No.
Okay, so next is color blindness. Color blindness is very important, and for this is actually a topic of accessibility. Like if you are giving a website to a user, and if a user is colorblind, he can never read what is on your website. He can never read. Okay? So for that, you have to build your website for colorblind people as well. Like I shown you one example of Axis Bank in my first lecture. So in this we have black tone. So this is like, okay, normal tone, and this is they build for the colorblind people, because for colorblind people have different type of colorblind. I will explain you. But in this version, the contrast is very important for them. Let's suppose if someone have black and white, they can only see the black and white. So the contrast is very important for them.
इसके लिए हम लोग ग्रीन कलर दिख रहे हैं.
Yes, but उनको white दिखूगा.
उनको white दिखूगा.
Yes. Okay, so next talk about color blindness in detail. So type of color blindness, monochromatic. People with this blindness lack of cone receptors in their eyes and cannot see any color. Monochromatic means if user cannot differentiate in between tint of green. User only see one green but cannot see differentiation in between, like dark green or light green. That LED could be fused in that particular area, right? But it could be a blue as well. So user is only seeing the blue color but cannot able to see the tintness in the blue color. Okay, so that is called monochromatic. Dichromatic, people with this blindness lack either green, red or blue, yellow. They are not receiving that particular information. Color weakness is another color blindness, which is also known as anomalous trichromatism. In this particular can perceive the color but with less acuity. Means color is coming but not correct. Tint is not correct. Dark is not correct. Everything is like just they are receiving pink but not exact pink, like baby pink. They are not getting that particular pink, you know. Then there are two factors of color blindness. Physical factor we have, as we have discussed above, it happen when people see the color differentially. Technology factor, in technology factor color read differentially in print and on screen. RGB colors appear differentially than CMYK. Sometimes it happens because not every computer monitor and television screen as color corrected. We cannot make sure how our chosen color will show in these media. So another are the tools, है ना? So I already explained you Adobe Color. In Adobe Color, there is one tab that is called Explore. So there are many color palettes, predefined color palettes is available. You can select one as per what you want, and accordingly you can start working on the logo, branding or color UI. And very interesting one, very important thing is over here in create. So let's create color with picture. So let's suppose my client want very soothing colors. Okay, so you go on the any photography website and type flower. Okay, let's talk about this. So if I will upload this image, or let's talk about this, what type of color palette will generate. Okay, so for this Wi-Fi. Let me connect with the Wi-Fi. So can you able to see my screen, Vani?
Yeah, sir. No.
Okay, great. So what I'm doing, I'm uploading this picture in Adobe Color, and let's see what will happen. So with this particular picture, this generated this particular color palette. So this is a colorful, this is the brighter one, this is the muted one, and this is the deeper one, darker one, and so which one you like, you can choose that particular thing. And if you will drag and drop little bit, okay, I want not this pink, okay, I want this pink, you can do some amendments according to you. Okay, so this is the way how to generate the color palette from
Adobe Color.
and then we have gradients. So gradients, you know, one, if from one side to another side, how two color merge smoothly, that we call gradient.
Gradient.
So with this picture from here to here, you can change like this. You can change, you can play with this, you see, and accordingly the gradient has been developed. You can change, okay, where to stop it, how many stops you need, dots, you can play with that. Accessibility, okay, this is very important. So let's suppose if you are using color at the behind, so if you are building your website as per the accessibility, so what type of color should be for this particular background? So as for the accessibility, we have to use this color. So that the big normal thing is for the accessibility is how you are creating a contrast. Let's suppose if you put like white over here, that particular user will not understand, or very blurry, or very lighter for him. So for that we have to create proper contrast. So this is for, you can fix with the accessibility. Let's suppose I change the color over here. And so it's showing, if I say colorblind safe, na, so D and E are in conflict. If these two color are in conflict, maybe these two color will not read by or will not understand by colorblind. This is a big tool. And why they introduced the accessibility tool? Why? Because in whole world, out of 10 people, 4 people are colorblind in whole world. This is the ratio, right? So it's a very serious matter about the colors. Okay, then so this is actually all about this color palette trends.
ਇਸ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਾ ਕਲਰ ਬਲਾਈਂਡ ਪੀਪਲ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ
What type of category?
ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੱਸੇ ਸੀ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਪ ਦਾ ਕਲਰ ਨਾ ਦਿਖੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਲਰ ਐਵੇਂ ਪਰਸੀਵ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ, ਉਹ ਸਭ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਲਰ ਬਲਾਈਂਡ
ਉਹਦਾ ਟੂਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ. So now this is like trends in fashion. So these are the trending color palettes in as per the category. Go down graphic design. So these are the trending color palette. Illustration, UI UX. So they created different categories, but don't depend on the pre-made color palette. Try to create your own color palette, and that you can only achieve if you are able to play with the colors. If you cannot able to play with the color, you cannot achieve that particular thing. So let me show you some artworks from my side. This is my art shop, and let me show you. See, colors, color waves. Okay, and then we have I play with lot of colors. I played a lot of with these triangle colors as well, right? So this is one of the example of the color. So one more article I would like to share with you. This is one of the my vaporwave series, right? So in this series, I created these artworks using, from my understanding, in the best contrast of the colors, right? I just started drawing, creating the colors, and this happened, right? I play a lot of colors. We play with a lot of colors. This is one of my favorite one. And these are the artwork. This is not a design, right? But color sense is important. See, this is the pink hue. How I use the pink hue. Like this. So this is all about the colors, right? So let's talk about how we have to use the color palette, right? So this is one brand where it's a restaurant brand, okay, and this is the brand identity, Tesla table, and then this is the color palette, green, orange, and the shades, then blue shades, not blue, like little bit violet, and then black and gray. Why black and gray? Because we need black for text, we need gray for lighter shades, right? Typography is like, so this is where I'm using these all colors in the screens, you see. You guys are very lucky that someone is telling you that how to use the color. When I started my career, like I did a lot of struggle about this particular, to understand this particular theory, right? So this, again, I'm telling you, this can only happen if you will start playing with the colors from today, okay? Any other project? Yeah, recently I post books and me article over here. So for this, I chosen this color palette, this color tone, and then these are the artworks, brochure and everything. So colors are important, and with colors your design will pops up. But it is all about like how you choose the color smartly for your particular brand, for that particular UI. Okay, so this is all about related to colors for today. Vani, do you have any other question? Any question?